I don't know if the school gave me a good sense of who I am and where I am.
You know, very proud to be part of this school and where it has been, where it's going.
It's very enjoyable, but it was just one really big, happy family.
I went over to enroll right out of grammar school, and they said, well, you're in the wrong area, so you have to go to San Juan. I said, oh no, that's a hick school out in the country.
I'd come from New England, where the schools were a lot of memory work, and here the schools were more conceptual. And so I did very well in this because that's one of my strong points, and ended up going to Cal Poly and did very well there. And it's just a very nice school, very nice, very pleasant.
Well, the school was fun. It was the only one around here at the time, and everybody pretty much knew each other because it was a small area.
In those days, there was just farm property, a lot of farms and all that, and it like we didn't have the shopping mall, Sunrise Mall, like we do today. That was quite a big breakthrough when they made that for us.
I never saw a whiteboard in the school.
No.
Right behind you, there's all those whiteboards. They were black.
I think about all the changes that have taken place since we graduated. Huge changes. The whole world of technology has just absolutely exploded.
In my day, we had the typewriter. We learned to use a typewriter, and by the time most of us were out of high school and all, we had the electric typewriters.
And calculators, I saw my first calculator when I was a freshman in high school. And of course, the teacher who had it was the math teacher. And so we were just in awe of what a calculator was, and now everyone just takes it for granted.
On December 8th, 1941, Mr. Mooney called an assembly in the auditorium where we're having our history demonstrations today, and told the students what this terrible event of Pearl Harbor would mean for them. It's interesting because not every family in Citrus Heights in 1941 had a radio at home, as unthinkable as we might find that today.
You had to wear a skirt or a dress, so you were not allowed to wear pants whatsoever.
I mean, you couldn't wear pants, and the dresses, if the dean caught you, you had to go on your knees, and if they didn't touch the floor, you were sent home.
69 or 70, I can't remember the exact year, but my sister and I decided at that time that we wanted to start being able to wear pants to school. So we went out and solicited all these people to support us to wear pants on this one day to show that we want to start being able to wear pants. We were able to wear mini skirts, and at one time it had to touch your fingertips as you stood, and then after that it got shorter and shorter and shorter. So we thought, well, if we are able to wear mini skirts, we should be able to wear pants. So all these people were supposed to show up this one day to wear pants, and it turned out that my sister Mary and one of our friends and I were the only ones that showed up to wear pants. And we were immediately taken to the Dean of Girls' office, and we were told that we were going to be suspended unless we changed our clothes. Well, we refused to do so. They contacted our parents, and our parents were told to bring clothes, the appropriate clothes, to school, and my parents said no, that they are dressed appropriately and that they were to remain in school and they were to attend the class. What it all boiled down to was that at the end of the day, they agreed that they would look at the dress code. This was after our parents contacted the superintendent of schools, and within 2 days, girls were able to start wearing pants to school. So that was a major change during our time period of being here at San Juan High School.
It was immediate.
Yeah, it really was. I moved here in 1958, just before we started freshman year, and we met in freshman English and immediately clicked.
Did we meet in English? Oh.
Where did you think we met?
I don't know.
We'll say it was English.
Okay, all right, okay.
Because I was so involved with music, was seeing my friends. And this used to be the music building, and we would all congregate in the hallway, and we spent a lot of time together throughout those high school years.
Connected with a lot of good friends, that we were great friends and best friends back in high school, and it's amazing how close we got so quickly again.
Our friendship has lasted that long, which is 55 years? Yeah. 55-ish years. Long time.
When we first had athletics, it was called intramurals, and we had no uniforms at all. The girls wore their one-piece light blue PE uniforms. And so the second year I was AD, we scraped enough money together and we bought one set of uniforms. We had 12 uniforms. We put them on the volleyball team. They wore them all season, took them off of them, washed them all up, gave them to the basketball team. They wore them in their season, took them off them, washed them all up, and gave them to the softball team. And at the time, we only had 5 teams. We had those 3 plus tennis and gymnastics. And we had 5 PE teachers, and so each one was responsible for one sport. And then over the years, we evolved, and everybody got their own uniforms, and everybody got their own warm-ups, and it was just really fun to watch the program grow and grow and grow.
One of my favorite memories, my freshman year, I made the varsity softball team. Mrs. Davis was our coach, and I broke her nose. Hit a ball, it bounced off of the pitcher's mound and went up and broke her nose. So that was great for me. It made me one of the more popular kids then. I was active on the tennis team. Mrs. Lee was an awesome coach for that. Basketball team, powder puff football, just a great time. We had so much fun at this school. A lot of great memories, but breaking Mrs. Davis's nose, that's the best memory.
I had great teachers, and I can talk about them. But there were 2 students at San Juan High who made a tremendous difference in my life. One was Don Dodds, who was a senior when I was a freshman. And he picked me up by my belt one day and hefted me and said, "It seems to me you weigh less than 98 pounds. Our wrestling team has a new weight division this year, less than 98 pounds. And so you need to be outside the gym at 3 o'clock because we don't have anyone to fill that slot." And he was a very large guy. I weighed 86 pounds when I started high school. So he kind of pushed me into getting involved in sports. And that took me a little bit out of the shell of just going to the academic classes and staying huddled with the guys who may have been academic nerds. And for that, that was life-changing, you know, opening yourself up to a different group of people than you might have been pigeonholed with before.
At the end of my freshman year, I found out they were starting a class in electronics the following year, but it was for juniors and seniors. So I came out here in the summer and talked to Mr. Mooney, the principal, and I told him that I really wanted to take that class, and he let me. And I think it was probably the only class I took out here that I got straight A's in. So I took it for 2 years, and started me on a career in electronics, which I was very thankful for.
But always, though my profession was in healthcare, I always performed. Always sang with a group that used to sing around town, and then also sang with a larger group that performed with an orchestra. Okay, I'll sing. I played Lancelot in high school. I think the year was 1966, and I'll sing a little part of that, my role in that musical. So here goes, no warm-up. If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in springtime, knowing that in spring I'm bewitched by you so. Oh no, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never would I leave you at all.
One thing that's impressed me is the way they brought new life into the school, and they've really made this school a very nice high school. I'm very impressed with it, and whoever goes here today should be very proud of it.
Well, there's very little of the old school left. And the old school, which was in the center, sort of wrapped or inside the later building, is gone, of course. I guess they tore it down 30, 40 years ago.
Yes, a lot, because they've done a lot of renovation, and to me, it's just such a blessing that I'm so thankful that they've had this renovation program.
And they've done a beautiful job in remodeling and building all the new buildings, you know.
And here we are today as a tech school.